Hi everyone, let's do a benchmarking test of the Samsung Galaxy R I9103 mobile phone. The benchmarking usually is done through the ANTUTU app, ANTUTU app. It's a pretty good app for checking all the components of the mobile phone. That's the internal specifications. It usually does the performance testing of the memory, the CPU integer, the CPU floating point, and the 2D, 3D graphics of the phone, and the SD card reading and writing speed of the phone, and the database I/O. These all performances are tested at a single test done through the ANTUTU app. The app is available through the Android market, so that won't be a big problem for you to install it. Let's start with the benchmarking testing. This is the app we downloaded. As you can see, the ANTUTU app. This was a test we did earlier a few minutes back. It takes all the information: the RAM, the CPU integer, the CPU float point, the 2D graphics, the 3D graphics, database I/O, the SD card writing and reading speed, the CPU frequency, and it gives out a total score. So the total score that we got earlier was the 5008, and for the Samsung Galaxy S2 we got a score of around 7500, which is a little bit higher. Not little bit, it would be called as a very high and different score. For the Galaxy S we had a benchmark score of 4200. So this phone certainly has a better performance than the Galaxy S, and quite lesser than that of the Galaxy S2, being the middleman of both. Let's start with the test. You need to click on the test. You can select which component to actually do the testing of, the custom, or the best one is to go default and click on start test. So these are all the testing that I started. It would test the CPU and memory initially. It sit back and check each and everything. So testing the CPU and memory, 7% is done here already. %, so it went to the higher folds of 7, multiples of 7, 21. It actually indicated the connection of Wi-Fi. We don't know why, but it last time when we took the test, it asked for the connection to the internet, so we had the Wi-Fi activated. So this is the OpenGL test with all the Android robots floating around. This is at a higher speed, the canvas testing. These tests take a few seconds for each of them, and this is the video, that the graphics testing. It's showing around 56 frames per second, which is quite high. We had seen the company promising a speed of 60 frames per second, so 56 is not a bad speed. This is the performance of the graphics. It shows 49 as of now, 50. As you can see, the brightness is being changed automatically. It checks the brightness and the graphics performance on its own. 53, that is we are seeing. Testing the database I/O performance. Now the SD card write speed. So one more important thing is that you need the SD card to be placed in the phone if at all you want this test to be done properly, or else you have to go for the custom testing if you don't have an SD card installed in it. So the test is almost completed with the 85% of testing done. This is the SD card read speed testing. We usually don't go with single testing because we take out the average of a few tests, but this time too it has shown a good similar report. That's 5008, the total score being here, and as you can see there has been a different score given for each thing. The SD card writing was 8.6 Mbps and the reading is 17.1 Mbps. CPU frequency as given by, for the phone, it's 1000 MHz, that's 1 GHz the processor speed. So this was the benchmark testing of the Samsung Galaxy R. We would be sharing the other benchmark tests of the various different other Android phones. Keep checking. Thank you.